Another new character is the Drea, the vampy Drea, who is played by the multi-talented and beautiful Nicki Minaj. Um, and Drea is represents a little bit of, I would say it almost the what pop feminism is, and a lot of times for women. She's very self-assured, very aware, and uses her curves and her sex appeal to its best benefit. At the same time, she has a little bit of a crush on Rashad Common's character, and she's not quite afraid to show it. I think that she did an amazing job. The way that she's able to sort of, kind of balance between being a little bit of the villainess and at the same time being a character who you sort of relate to because she has more layers than you might than her first present that she first at first presents. The Calvin Jalen relationship for us in writing it really is the spine of the movie. You know, being a father as Calvin, and as Calvin is, and having a son who's at the age that he is during this period of time, with all the violence and the things that are happening in the Chicago streets, anywhere around the country, but Chicago in particular, that to us was really an interesting story. Is that you that is it's ground zero in a lot of ways, and we feel like, Calvin has to sort of look out for his son who's becoming a man, but at the same time realize that he's still a kid, and there's going to be a lot of choices that he has to make on his own, but a lot of choices that Calvin is going to have to try and give him some guidance for. Bob and George had a lot of thoughts on that. I'm saying there was such a skeleton, that was a skeletal system from the first one that you kind of knew what basically what the boundaries were. But Bob and George had some thoughts. Interestingly enough, Cube was very very hands on, and very much so a part of the script process in terms of he knows that character. He's a stickler when it comes to sort of what he feels like the boundaries of a character would be, and I really responded to that. He was the person I was probably most impressed by, and at the same time learned the most. In terms of this is a dude I grew up with since I was a kid. What I'm saying, as a member of MWA, but at the same time to see his character and as Calvin, but also as Ice Cube, the producer and actor, grow. It kind of forced me as a writer and producer to grow, and start looking at like, oh, that's right, like what character, and that was really what he focused on. I really think the reason that the comedy in the barbershop movies is so important is that comedy has a very opiate relationship to our being able to accept things, and when you're able to laugh at things that it puts you in a very accepting mood to not realize that you're actually learning something, that you're taking something in. And I think that's the thing with the barbershop and a lot of the notions behind the jokes are that behind the jokes there's real meaning. But if you can make the audience laugh and you can make them sort of smile and giggle, and then you're actually in the middle of that, you're actually saying something important, people walk out of there and they realize when it's over they feel really satiated in a way that they didn't even see coming.